Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. What did you think you were really good at until you saw someone who was actually really good at it? My dad likes gardening and loves his plumeria. He has about 30. He recently found a local plumeria club on Facebook and went to a meetup. He was the only one there with less than 100. My mother has stopped complaining about him having too many plumeria. I just picture your dad as that otter holding a little guitar meme. Otter holding a little guitar meme. https picsme/here's an otter holding a guitar -27052773 png. Edit, OMG, my first gold and silver. My most upvoted comment on Reddit is a link to the otter holding a little guitar that some other Redditor mentioned and I just linked to. Thank you to whoever gilded me. Reminds me of this ProZD video where he talks about what it's like finding a new hobby subreddit. Man, I love audio stuff. Let me see other people are like. /r/homie theta has student budget of 3 Kelvin plus and DIY 18-inch subs. Some people having more than I make in a year in subs alone. Ping pong. I made the mistake of playing an old guy that hangs out at one of the bars and he fucking wrecked me. It wasn't even close, he returned all of my best serves effortless and would put the craziest spin on all of his shots. He gave me good advice afterwards and told me I play too fast for my own good. I bought him a drink and shamefully went back to my friends. Me too. The guys in my dorm freshman year would play pretty darn competitive ping pong every single night. We all got really good, and I was one of the best. I guess word got out that our dorm was a good place to play ping pong, so we started getting people come from all over campus. One night, this one guy came that absolutely dominated all of us. Balls flying like bananas, balls spinning sideways off the table. It was just ridiculous. I remember he beat me 21-4 and I played really well for myself. Balls flying like bananas. Where the fuck do you come from? When I studied in China the first time I had a host family. My host mom would decimate me while smoking a cigarette and chatting to her friends. I can see the picture in my head. I thought I was the shit till I joined a lunch ping pong club at school. First time there I got smashed probably 60 times. Yay, but how did the ping pong matches go? I thought I was pretty good at Tetris. People who saw me play were quite impressed. Then I started playing Tetris 99. Turns out I'm not that good. Holy same, I played on a computer website and got a high score of 3 million, then looked up the high score on the website, it was like 500 million, still pretty good at Tetris, not pro level though. 3 million is still really good if you mean the official Tetris website. I am a better whistler than maybe 98% of the population, but compared to a world-class whistler I sound like a corpse fart. Edit, holy crud. I need to come back to this when I'm not drunk. Corpse Fart is my new band name, I got dibs. First album title, Taste the Smell. Hiking. I honestly thought I'd be one though, motherfucker, cancelling my apartment and going into the big wide world of Scandinavia, Faroe and Iceland with only my backpack and sleeping outside. Then I met a guy who just came back from a 700 kilometers glacier hike at 40 degrees Celsius in Greenland, who came to Faroes just to recover. Sadly that guy became my partner, and he had shown me in so many occasions of what my body is literally not able to endure, that I had to readjust my whole self-image. I eat more chocolate now. He had shown me in so many occasions of what my body is literally not able to endure. Giggity. His partner doest mess around. Sounds so cool though. I know. Chocolate is great. I began piano lessons at an early age, 5, and my parents and my teacher made me believe I was some kind of fabulous child prodigy. I later found out I was merely a worm compared to real pianists. But I did enjoy playing the piano, so there's that. There's a ton of studies which dictate that praising your kids' hard work, praising your kids' skills, keeps them practicing and doesn't make them believe they are somehow way better than others due to some innate ability, etc. Or something. Okay, bye. Yes, so they learn the key to success is in the effort and work getting there, not the talent alone. That way they apply the same mindset to everything and can achieve in things they are not naturally talented in. Skiing. Thought I was the quickest of the quick, craving perfect parallel lines, living my life on the edge. Nope, ski team whizzed by me when I thought I was going fast. Turns out, I'm just a buffoon on two planks plowing around ungracefully. In 2015 for spring break took my daughter to Sugarloaf in Maine. US National Ski Championships were held that week. We were on the slopes with members of US National Ski Team. A typical recreational skier may go 20 miles per hour on a steep slope. Racers warming up for events would pass you going 60 miles per hour on those slopes. Amazing to watch, and humbling too. I live in a ski town, and the difference between someone who is a good skier because they go every year for a 2-week family vacation and someone who is a good skier because they live here, work on the mountain, and ski 100+ days a year is night and day. Programming. Learned a lot in college and at my first job. I switched based on my skills, came to new company, met my senior who is incredibly talented and realized I have a long way to go. For a long time it was hard for me to even realize what separated a fantastic programmer from an adequate one. Even when I was working with other programmers. There are obviously some basic fundamentals. You need to know the quirks of the language you're working in and how to use it. You need an understanding of data and code structures and where they work best. You need to have a consistent and robust organizational structure to your code so that it's easy to expand the functionality of it later on, and you need to develop so many other small skills. Just getting to that point can take years of working in a language, but it always seemed like once you had a good grasp of those fundamentals that was all there really was. You were essentially equipped to solve any problem you could understand as well as anyone else. Then later I actually met someone who I would consider a fantastic programmer, and it really is amazing the difference. It's not that they use extremely complex structures in their code or that they write code which is somehow lean and simplified down to its fundamentals. More, it's just very efficient. Wherever possible they fall back onto some aspect of the language to make their job easier, and as a result are able to write high quality code which they tap out so quickly and consistently it almost seems like a train of thought. As well, they were just incredibly easy to talk to about the subject and had an explanation ready for every decision they'd made and why they thought it was best. It's really incredible just how skilled some people are. A lot of it comes down to the non-technical aspects you pick up from years of experience. I'm not a 10x dev or anything, but it's always funny when someone comes to me and explains this whole big process they are planning to solve an issue, and I'm like, or you could just store the data in a slightly different format and avoid 90% of the hoops you're jumping through. The two best programmers I've ever worked with had a clarity of thought that was hard to comprehend. You know how you can be solving a problem, and you think you have a solution, then go, ooh yeah, nope. That's not gonna work. Didn't think about X. Well, I've worked with two engineers who basically never fell into that trap. They simply knew what would work and what wouldn't right off the bat. That's not to say they didn't take the time to think about their solution, but once a solution materialized in their head, it was dead on. They were the same types of programmers that you could ask for help, and within a fraction of a second they would point to the exact problem with your code, be it a simple error, or a fundamental design issue. Having that kind of clarity of thought, and ability to visualize a design in virtually an instant, is a pretty awe-inspiring talent. Needless to say, when they did code reviews, they would catch many bugs and edge cases, resulting in fewer QA turbacks and whatnot. Engineers like that are worth their weight in gold. 8-ball and 9-ball. I had a table at home and would practice while watching TV. No one could beat me. In college I'd play a $1 a ball, everyone owed me money. Then I played someone that regularly entered tournaments. I was lucky if I got to shoot because he was running the table every game. Friends of mine had a pool table in their apartment and thought they were pretty good. They were out at a bar with tables and there was an older guy playing alone, but only using one arm to shoot. They asked him why and he said, "It's too easy with both arms," and they watched him run the table, twice, without missing a shot. The guy who was basically my billiards coach, neither of us are pro but you wouldn't want to bar bet us as a team. Regularly plays me one-handed. Honestly, it's more fun for us both, and he usually wins. Guy's a virtuoso with a Q. He also probably saved my life by giving me a hobby and friendship in a dark time, so there that. Guitar Hero. I never met anyone who could beat me, then I saw a dude on YouTube 100% bark at the moon with his back to the screen and I'm done. I had a friend who was an overall shitty dude. Obnoxious, rude, selfish, and a big baby. Turns out he's incredible at video games and also a good musician. He's made music that regularly got 2,000 and tens of thousands of views with no advertising and no connections. He won first a major US citywide Guitar Hero competition and has been Grandmaster on Overwatch. But again, dude was really self-centered and not in the I'm better than you way. But just like eats all the appetizers at a party or crashed parties or asked for stuff constantly when he was busy. Borrowed things without asking, not stealing because he would bring them back, and specifically I remember sleeping over at his house as a kid and he wouldn't let me play any games with him, and when it was bedtime, he had me sleep on the floor and literally gave me his pants to cover up with as a blanket. Just really stupid, childish. Haven't spoken to him in years. But he would shred you in any game. I'm no expert, but your friend may have been autistic.